Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how you chit potatoes and why you chit potatoes. So if you've not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, if you could please do so, because you'll get lots of helpful hints and tips all throughout the year from my allotment, my home garden and also my home kitchen. So I've got my potato seeds here. So I'm going to be showing you how I chit my potatoes and why I chit them. Now, the most important thing to do as soon as you buy your potatoes is when you get them home, take them out of the string bags that they come in, because if they start to shoot, they could get tangled up in the bags and that would break them off, and then you would, you know, the shoots that come out are going to be the bits that the actual potatoes grow from. So that's the starting process basically, so you don't want to ruin that. My dad would always remind me, have you taken them out of the bag, have you taken them out of the bag, because it is really important that you do that, because they can quite soon become a tangled mess and you really don't want that. So the reason you chit potatoes is because it gives them a better start. You're more likely to get a better crop of potatoes, a stronger and healthier crop. Now, some people don't chit, and that's up to them, whether you do or you don't. Again, it's your choice, but the reason people do it is that we believe that it does create a better plant as a result of doing it, and for that reason, that's why I do it. And it's also part of the process and part of the start of the season, and a tradition to do it as well. So it's actually quite a fun thing to do, to know that you're giving your potatoes the best start that you possibly can. Now, once you've taken them out of the bags, which I've already done, I've just put it in a little bit of a cloth bag there, just so they're contained in something. You need to lay them out on something. Now, egg boxes are really good for that because they're actually potato sized, so you can actually pop them in like that. Or if you haven't got egg boxes, then you can use a cardboard box like this. It's better to use a shallow one because you want the light to get to them. So you would just lay them out. So whether you choose to do egg boxes or whether you choose to do a box, you spread them out. You don't just chuck them all on top of each other, and you spread them out evenly, like so. The other thing is, once you've spread them all out evenly, you then need to put them somewhere so that they sprout properly. Now, they need to be in a cool, light environment. They need to be away from pests. So the last thing you want is for you to put your potatoes in a garage and then to find out that a rat has eaten them. Now, the room I choose to put my potatoes in is my conservatory, because I don't heat my conservatory, but I know that it's cool, it's light, there's not going to be any pests in there, and also it's frost free. So it's really important that the environment you put your potatoes in are frost free. I've seen a few people putting their potatoes in these little flimsy plastic greenhouses, which, you know, it really could affect them quite badly. So it's really important that you choose somewhere that is frost free. So if you haven't got a conservatory like me, if you've maybe got a cold room in your house, you know, that sort of thing, you know, you have to play it by ear with the best conditions that you've got. So just somewhere that you believe that would be frost free, and away from pests and light. So as I spread them out, today I'm starting to chit my first earlies, which are a charlotte potato, which I've grown before and I really like, and also kestrel are my second earlies. So you chit about 6 weeks before you intend to plant them. So this time of year is the perfect time to be chitting. It really is, so that's why I'm doing mine. And when you choose your potatoes, obviously choose something that you think that you like, and that's suitable for your soil and the climate that you're in. When you look up potatoes, you can check what they're susceptible to. One of the reasons why I like kestrel is that the slugs don't like kestrel, and I know up at my allotment slugs are a real issue, and I've lost loads of potatoes before when I planted other varieties. So when I'm choosing my potatoes, I look to see, you know, whether they're disease resistant, slug resistant. So again, you can kind of tailor it to what you think would be right for your soil. And if you've never grown anything before, get something that's a little bit of an all-rounder that is reasonably resistant free, and then you're covering all angles. Like I say, Kestrel is a really good one to start with. Another good first early is Casablanca, which I've grown in the past as well. My main crop is going to be Picasso this year, which I've never grown before, but it sounds like quite a nice potato, so I'd like to give that a go. So you chit about 6 weeks before you're about to plant, thereabouts. Your aim with chitting is to create small green shoots, so not big long straggly ones. So, you know, more like that. That's what you're trying to achieve. Nice little healthy green shoots, rather than these big long straggly things, which is what would happen if you just left them in a bag in the dark. They'd all go all straggly. Every couple of weeks, what you would do is you would turn the potato to get even shooting, because again, if you didn't turn them, you would start to get longer shoots on the underneath. So you're trying to make them, you're trying to get like an even shooting. Something that you could do is, if you get lots of shoot on a potato, when you're about to plant them, you could cut them in half and have 2 potato seeds. So that's an option that you could do. Obviously you wouldn't cut them in half now. Literally, once you've chitted them and you're just going to plant them, that's when, if you thought, you know, there's a lot of shoots on this, I could cut that in half and make 2 plants. So that's an option. Another really important thing is make sure you put your label in your box so you know what potatoes you've got, because it's not the first time that I've started something off and then can't remember what potato it is. And although they do look slightly different, potatoes, sometimes when it comes to the day of actually doing it, if you've not put a label on your seeds or put the label in the box of the potatoes, you won't know which to plant when and which to dig earlier, because that's really important. Because obviously your first earlies you dig first, your second earlies you dig next, and then obviously your main crop would be after that. So I really hope that I've given you some really helpful hints and tips and inspired you to chit. I'd love to know what everyone else is doing and what potatoes you're going to be sowing. And if you've got any questions or queries, then please, as always, do put them in the comments.